Welcome to a special segment where we'll be hearing from a technical expert regarding one of the companies we've been following very closely as we continue to assist our audience in the discovery of unexplored, brand new asset classes and emerging issuers in the world's markets. It's my great pleasure to introduce the technical advisor of Latin Metals, Daniel McNeil. Hi, Daniel. How are you doing today?
Fine, thanks, Roger. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, great to have you. Now, when I sit here and I look at Latin Metals, right, you joined the company here in an advisory capacity. And what about Latin Metals that prompted you to become involved in this way?
Well, Roger, when I look at many junior explorer codes, I suppose not necessarily just Latin Metals, I think to myself, how sophisticated is the company in its application of economic geology as it relates to project selection? Top tier mining jurisdictions are evaluated by a lot of people, a lot of companies, which results in innumerable projects. So I think people need sort of a metric to determine if companies are on the right track. So, if you look at Latin Metals specifically, I think of companies like this, like I think of three legs of a bar stool, for example. Each leg is very important to the stability of the seat. So leg one really is sort of an experienced management and technical team. And I think Keith Henderson at Latin Metals has done a great job here. Second leg of your bar stool would be good access to capital. Keith has kept this vehicle well funded to date. And then finally, down to the sort of technical aspects of the projects. You need strong projects with a firm commitment to systematic economic geology. And I think Latin Metals does all these things very well, and I was happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, no, Keith has done an unbelievable job here. And, looking at the management team, how is Latin Metals management team getting the deals done with these major mining companies like Barrick and Anglo? How are they doing it?
It's an interesting question, and I think a lot of prospect generators ask how Latin Metals has been able to forge partnerships with, big companies of big yellow trucks. And I think it really starts with, a commitment to opportunity recognition in jurisdictions that these big companies are either already active in or are highly interested in. Once you sort of have that in place, I think the focus is really on identifying projects with large footprints. And this may be, a footprint that is an alteration footprint or surface geochemical anomalism, but in any case, you want these to be large because large footprints means large hydrothermal cells, which means the potential for large deposits. And big companies understand this. And I think Latin Metals also understands this sort of notion. So from here, you sort of really need potential for high grade. These larger companies that focus heavily on mining know that higher grades mean you can accept a little bit more risk. And if your project is a project that's situated well and has its potential for high grade, this resonates well with your bigger companies. And then, finally, I think one of the most important aspects really is a commitment to doing reasonable deals. I think a lot of project generators come up with unrealistic deal terms, and this has a tendency to really frighten off these larger companies, which often seek more highly collaborative deals, especially in early stage projects. So, I think Latin Metals has been quite successful because they've managed to sort of really come up with projects that fundamentally resonate with major mining companies for these reasons.
Agreed. And do you think the company has any other projects, in your opinion, that might attract major company mining partners?
In short, yes. I'm extremely proud of the exploration portfolio that Latin Metals has put together in Peru. The projects each have significant size footprints. They're highly metal endowed, and they're located in parts of Peru which are easy to work. Laksha and Aki are excellent examples of projects that have the potential to attract major mining companies.
Awesome. Awesome. So we know that Anglo Gold and Barrick has already commenced exploration, but Libero copper and gold are currently drill permitting at Esperanza. What should we expect once that program starts up?
Roger, this is pretty exciting. Bear in mind that Libero is a highly active copper and gold focused exploration company led by Ian Harris and Ian Slater. I think we can expect a pretty aggressive exploration program, rooted in systematic exploration or economic geology. And they're going to be focused on a drill discovery at Libero. I think over the last 12 months, Ian Harris has been focused heavily on permitting and corporate social responsibility. And I think he's really advanced the project well. I know that the guys at Libero share the sentiment, or the belief that Latin Metals has, that the historic information that's available at Esperanza has not been leveraged to vector towards a drill discovery. Keep in mind that there is a previous intercept on Esperanza that is 387 meters of 0.57% copper and 0.27 gold. I think stepping out on a dangling intercept like this should be top priority for Libero. And I think that their first drill hole really has a potential to significantly enhance the project.
Okay, agreed. Well, you know what? Definitely. Thank you very much for your insight today, Daniel. It's always important that our audience and investors and your current shareholders get a chance to hear from technical advisors, especially in the mining sector, because a lot of this mining stuff, it's really hard to interpret for the average investor. So when we're able to clearly help investors indicate at what's going to be so exciting about Latin Metals, it's extremely imperative and helpful for guys like you to get on the horn with us and break that down for us. So we thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. And we look forward to speaking to you again on more of the company's updates, okay?
Likewise. Thanks again for having me, Roger.
You're welcome. Have a great day.